Welcome back to the URG Podcast. Today, I have some very special guests. Two amazing, wonderful, lovely people. We got the artist, ditchtheego, and lovely producer, Dazmin D'Leon. And what's up, guys? How you guys doing?
What's up, man? Thanks for having us. Really
Yes.
appreciate it.
Yeah, we're grateful to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming out.
Of course.
I know we was talking about y'all came from all type of directions, so yeah, it's
Yeah.
I'm in LA. She's in Temecula, so
Mm-hmm.
we met in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you from LA or are you living out there right now?
Yeah. So I grew up in LA, born and raised in Hollywood. Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, you used to that the fast pace and slow motion lifestyle at the same time.
Too used to it. It's not my forte. Yeah. I escape the city as much as possible.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot of perks and downsides to LA, but
Yeah.
it's a wonderful city, I would say. Like,
Yeah, it's a good city. It's a good city. There's a lot of creative opportunity. A lot of networking opportunity out there. I think that's like the biggest like draw for LA at this point.
yeah, I think well, I was working at a studio in North Hollywood for a while, and the biggest thing that I noticed was that nobody that was there was from LA. Like,
Yeah.
everybody was from everywhere except for LA or like.
It's funny you say
Hollywood.
that because my best friend and I, we just had a conversation about this the other day because we grew up here, and like people always are like, "You're from LA?" It's like, "Yeah, I'm a native." Like, yeah, like nobody can ever believe it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's just the spot where people come to, chase their dreams, chase their passions. But,
Yeah, people come from all over. It's so funny being a native because you see people come from all over, and they're like, "What is it like growing up in LA?" And I'm like, we're like, I mean, it's not. When you vacation in LA or you move to LA, it's a very different experience than if you grew up there. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, LA is kind of glorified in a way, that people
Yes.
that are not from here look at it as. Well, actually, nowadays it's more.
It's less now. It's less now for
people
sure.
don't look at America in the same light as they used to, but
Yeah, that's true.
hey, I mean, I love the city, so.
Yeah, no, it's my city. It's where I grew up for sure. So I'll always love LA. Yeah.
Daz, where are you from? I never even asked you this.
Orange County.
Oh, you're from Orange County. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
So a little bit closer to the IE over here, but still right in the
Yeah. They moved to Temecula not too long ago. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So, how long have you guys been working? Well, first of all, let's talk about the project, right? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes,
thank you.
thank
It's
you.
called The End of the Beginning. Executive produced by myself and Dazmin. And yeah, it's a special project to us. It represents a lot of things, a lot of radical acceptance, changing your stories in life, changing yourself, beginnings, ends, of course. My dad, one of his favorite quotes is from Winston Churchill when he wanted to end the war, and he said, "This isn't the end of the beginning, but it's the beginning. Or it's not the beginning of the end, but it's the end of the beginning," right? So this concept that you're just getting started in life, and that's really what this album is about. It's really special to me because this is the first album where I did almost all the production on every song except for like 2 or 3 of them, which has been really cool. And we used Dazmin's loop pack, Dazmin's Universe, that she's made in collaboration with our sponsor Q Up Arts,
Yeah.
and anyone else, right?
Yeah,
as
Q
part
Up
of that,
Arts,
Q Up
yes,
Arts,
yeah.
right? And we used that sample pack primarily as the album's source material. So yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's when I was listening to the project, I definitely got that vibe of it's like a transitional phase of
Yeah.
like it's. I mean, like the name suggests, the end of the beginning. But a lot of the songs and the way that the lyrics are and that is structured, it's very powerful in the sense of, oh yeah, like, I don't know if you went through something or something happened in your life, but like it sounds like something that catapulted and like something major inspired this. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Actually, it's funny you say that because that's exactly what it's about for me. So I moved out of, we just talked about how I grew up in LA. I moved out of LA though at 16 years old. So my parents are super old school, especially my dad. And he's like, all right, you're 16, it's time to go be a man, right? So I moved out at 16 and I was gone from LA until probably like 2 years ago. So almost 10 years. So for me, it was like, I left home when I was still in high school. I was still a teenager. I didn't know what I was doing. And I left and I went and lived in Nevada. I lived in Utah. I lived in Oregon. I lived in these 3 different states over 10 years or so, and then came back. And it really has felt like the end of the beginning, where I worked a long, long time. At first, I was just doing the music completely on my, I was in the middle of nowhere in Utah in a small college town. There was no music there. There was no studio there. I didn't know anybody. I was just messaging producers on BeatStars. And so it's cool now. Like, I have a whole production team. We have a whole base of operations out here in LA. And this is our 4th album that we've done together in the last 3 years. So it's kind of like a culmination project. And a lot of the songs are really stripped back for that reason, because I just didn't feel like I needed to do a lot. Like, I just felt like I wanted to allow the melodies of the album to carry each song and kind of give people that raw feeling from the music of like, hey, like, especially the second half of the album, which is really, really, really slowed down and more R&B, like very R&B heavy. It's just kind of give people the feeling and the idea that, you might be feeling like you're slowing down, but you're actually moving into a new state of consciousness, a new way of being. And when that happens, your life does slow down, especially if you were moving really fast previously, or living really fast. And then you get to kind of get some more clarity and kind of redirect yourself and go, okay, this is just the beginning. Now, where do I want to go? So that's kind of where I feel like I'm at right now. And, yeah, it is. That's exactly what it means. That's my long-winded answer saying, yes, that's exactly what it means.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I can imagine that's, I can see how the culmination of, leaving and then finally coming back to where, you kind of grew up, and then you said this is the 4th project too?
Well, this is the fourth album that we've done in the last 3 years. Yeah, but I've done tons of mixtapes, EPs, and stuff before that, Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then, but this is like the first one kind of like within that feeling of, okay, yeah, now I'm back, but this is my new energy going into this, like, that I stepped into.
Yeah, I think something that I'm really big on is this idea that, like, an album should be a concept, and I think we've lost that now. Like, for the most part, most quote-unquote albums are really playlists or mixtapes or a bunch of singles thrown together in a project. So yeah, when I say, like, I had a bunch of projects before these 4, I just didn't make them as like concept projects. So, like, they're just mixtapes, EP, singles, whatever. But these 4 projects have been the first real, like, concept albums. And the first time we had I wanted to make an album for a long time, but I didn't have the people and the team that I knew I needed in order to create the vision I had. But yeah, this is our 4th one in the last 3 years. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So with you guys working together, is it mostly based off of the sample packs, or were you guys in the studio working together, or how did that process kind of go about?
It was like all of them, like, combined.
Yeah.
Really, yeah.
Yeah, we do all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll get in the studio together for sure, and then we'll send ideas back and forth. And before she had her sample pack, and even now, it's like she'll just send me like piano. Usually what'll happen is she'll send me piano ideas. I'll kind of catch on to something that I really like, and either I'll start making the beat, or I'll have one of our producers on our team start making the beat, or I'll start making the beat with her. And then, yeah, that's usually how we go about the process. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, it's just a bunch of creative people, huh?
Exactly.
Yes.
When it comes to producing for yourself, how, for this project specifically, how did you go about, which beats you were gonna produce, which beats you were gonna reach out for, or How do you kind of make those decisions?
Yeah, so at this point, what I've done is I've aggregated the whole process of production for myself. So I've recruited a team of people, a team of producers who I'm friends with, who we work closely with, and we make everything original. So I make sure that there's no samples, there's nothing copyrights, that we don't know what's going on. So we make everything original. And I have some guitar people. I have like a few guitar people. Obviously, Dazmin's on piano. I've got some people who, excuse me, are specialized in drums. What'll usually happen is I'll get emails periodically from my guitarists, and they'll send me melody packs, and I'll usually play the guitar melodies, and she'll do the same. Like I said, she'll send me piano melody packs as well, but I'll go through them, and my specialty is melody. Like, I'm a very proficient songwriter. I understand structure very well. And so usually I'll start writing the melody before I even have the beat made. So like, I'll take the sample, the loop, really, the guitar melody, and I'll start writing to that. And then I'll usually have an idea for drums, or if I can't figure out the idea for drums, I'll send it to one of my other producers, and he'll do the drums. And then I'll probably send to Dazmin to do some like counter melodies on the keys, add some synth, add some sub bass, whatever, that kind of stuff. And then I just do the vocals. I record myself, engineer myself, and then I mix and master myself, and then the song's done. So this allows us, like, we could make a song today, and I could put it out this Friday, because I don't have to go through this whole process of, okay, did this producer get paid, and did that producer clear this, and is my distributor? It's like, it's too much all over the place. So we've really condensed it into a kind of how it used to be too, where it's like, you just got with an artist and you helped produce the artist up, like the day of the age of beat stars and the internet and everything has really changed all that. And in my opinion, it's been disadvantageous. It's a disadvantage for the artists, because what's happening is now you have a gate. There's like a what's the word? It's like a paywall almost now for an artist to make a song if they can't produce themselves, right? A lot of producers don't want to build up with an artist now as much as they want to sell a beat lease or a pack, or get hired for studio time or whatnot. So I feel that what we've built is really special, because we're building something together. She's helping me build my sound. I'm helping her build her sound. We're all in this together, and it allows for a very seamless creative process where we can just make the song and then put it out, and everybody knows that they're taken care of, and the songs are made the way that we want them to be made. So that's really the process of how we go about it.
Yeah, I agree that there's no better process than just working with the people that you rock with, the people in your circle, and people that you have a personal relationship with. It helps so much with just everything, and not even just the music, but like how you're saying, the other side of it too, on like the business end of things. It's just easier to get things done, because
most definitely
it's like a phone call, and you get things resolved, you figure things out. So I think that's a beautiful thing, and that's an awesome concept that you guys have going on with that. With the group.
I just think if you're an artist, like if there's any artists out there listening to this right now, like if you're an artist, I really encourage you to produce yourself and to mix yourself. And a lot of times I hear, well, like, but I'm not as good as this other person. It's like, okay, but music is always going to be relative. The mix is never done, et cetera, et cetera. But if you learn to do these things on your own, what it allows you to do is it allows you to have a your assembly line is way more efficient, because you don't have to rely on other people, and quite frankly, like, spend all this money on production when you could learn to produce yourself and spend all that money on marketing and on promotion, and so I would really encourage artists to think, and producers, I think like a lot of producers would really benefit from finding some artists to build with, like I understand the whole concept of wanting to get these big placements with these big artists and stuff, but and don't, I'm not saying to not do that, of course, but a lot of underground producers would be much more I think would be much more satisfied with where their career's going if they found other underground artists that they would they're willing to invest in and produce up and build the sound of, for a piece of equity and ownership in the music. Because these artists are broke. We don't have money to like pay $1,000, and if I spend my whole budget on the production, now the music's made, and now what? You know, it's hard to get it out there, you know? So the more you can do with yourself, if you can artists find producers that are willing to work with you, producers find artists willing to work with you, then everybody wins. And I think that that's the system that is the best recipe for success at this point in time in the game.
Yeah, I mean, for the independent artist grind, yeah, you gotta have a team.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't do it without a team. If you try and do this by yourself, like, good luck.
Well, and a lot of people are, and that's what's happened is because of the internet, because you could get a song with a big rapper, but you could be in the middle of Kentucky, in the middle of nowhere, and never have met the guy. And the problem is that might be good in the moment, but like, now what? You don't even know what we can do after that, right?
Yeah.
And so, and most producers don't get that placement, you know? It's a small number of people compared to how many producers are looking for those placements that actually obtain those placements. And so I think it'd be beneficial. Like, we talk about this all the time because it's like, it just baffles my mind how many producers I come across that I'm like, yo, you want to work together? And they want to, but only if I pay them. And I'm like, well, you should pay me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
And to go off of that, if you think about it too, like a great example, Dr. Dre. It's like, what did Dr. Dre do? Like, Dr. Dre didn't become successful off getting the placement.
Yeah.
He built NWA, and he built his own sound. Eminem, like all these 50 Cent, all these different artists, and all those were underground artists.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to build, and then also like, I know some producers are like, oh, I want to make the whole beat. I want to do all the production. But having the artists be involved in the production is the best thing, too, because they get to express what they want, you know, especially in the music part. So that's why I love working with artists like ditchtheego and other artists that know how to produce or even play the piano or play any other instruments, because it's like, okay, they get to say so, and we can make something beautiful together.
Yeah, it's almost like you gotta have the basic knowledge to even speak the same language when collaborating like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How am I gonna tell you? Okay, well, I want this chord progression to build up like this when you don't even know what a damn chord progression.
Well, that's
is.
I'm glad you brought that up, because that's the other thing is you get a lot of producers online who beat making is not production. That's just my opinion. Like, you have two, beat making is beat making, and
Speak
then
on it, bro.
and composition is composition.
Yeah,
like,
there's different.
That's just the truth. And so you have a lot of producers who beat make, but they think
Good ass loops. Huh?
yeah, but they think they're producers.
Yeah, they do.
But it's like, but then they want to run a Ponzi scheme and sell that beat that took them 10 minutes to
beat
make
or
to
loop.
10 different artists for
Yeah.
the same price. Like, so I could do that, by the way. Like, that'd be really, you know how easy my life would be if I made 5 beats a day that were just boop, 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 boop,
The same
and sell
thing.
every single one for like $100 10 times and just rinse and repeat. That'd be so easy. But guess what? Nothing actually got done, right?
Yeah.
There's no actual music with like meaning and like, I don't know, like memories behind the production, and there's none of that with it. And what's happened is the truth is that the culture has allowed it to happen in a lot of ways, which I'm not even against. Like, I think it's cool that these producers are able to like get a big placement with a rapper online. Like, you didn't have that before. You had to be in the city, you had to be in a studio, you know? So I think it's cool, and I think it's awesome, and I think people should still continue to seek placements, because that's, especially if you're a producer, like, that's a big win, you know? But I think it's like you should do that in addition to get you like a roster of 3 to 5 artists. Stop beat making and start learning how to compose and write MIDI and all of this stuff, and then you can call yourself like an actual producer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, learning how to like do some tricks on the keyboard is not music production. You know, and that's the thing that frustrates me so much, and that's why I'm so heavy on not using samples, because of course we can use samples, but it's like, for me, it's more about working that muscle of the pen. It's like, if you can't create melody on your own and you're relying on samples, then you need to work on that part of your game, you know? So that's why I'm big on that, because it shows that we can do it on our own. And if I'm trying to get stuff synced, I don't got to go through this like a whole headache. And it's like, no, we own the music. I own the masters. I own the publishing. It's like we own everything. It makes it so much easier. And yeah, so, you know, I think I'm very grateful to have a producer like Dazmin who understands this. When we connected on Twitter like 5 years ago. Yeah. And I wasn't even living in California.
I was going to say
like,
that.
I was living in Oregon.
And we were doing shows too.
Yeah, I'd fly out here to do shows and shit.
I would fly there and he'd fly out to here. And we even flew out to like Denver.
Yeah, we went to Denver, Salt Lake City. We went to some different spots and yeah.
It's I think it's pretty crazy how in today's age you can really connect with people online, and how much people need to take advantage of that, because like through Discord or just Twitter, Instagram, whatever, like I think that's a great thing that you guys were able to like connect via the internet, but then able to develop a working relationship in person, you know what I mean?
And build our team too, like
that's special.
Build people within our team. Like a lot of the people within our team we've met online. Yeah. Especially one in particular, we have to shout him out, Max, the drummer. We met him and his dad online, and we've been working with him for the past few years. He's 16, and he makes beats. He's really, really cool. And
these young producers.
He's crazy. Like he's viral. Like Max is crazy. So like we work with him, and like Danny's introduced me to some of the people on his team, and like we work together. So it's like really cool.
Yeah, shout out to Briggs, shout out to Parker, shout out to Worldwide, shout out to T, shout out to who am I missing?
Yeah, Mirror Magic, Omar.
Yeah, Kira Ruth, Rahana.
It's a lot of
shout out to Quinn Subarenas.
Sage. Yeah, Sage is the one.
Yeah. A lot of people.
These people were almost all of them were featured on the album, right?
Yeah.
I remember seeing a lot of these names on the album.
Yeah.
All familiar.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is I always put my producers like in the like as a feature artist. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because if it was Metro, I would.
It was Metro, yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. So like, why wouldn't I do it with Dazmin? You know what I mean?
Oh, and shout out to Worldwide Beats too. We can't forget about Worldwide.
I did say Worldwide.
Oh, you did. You said okay.
But yeah, shout out to Worldwide. He's the homie.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, and also I think the more again, it's like Dr. Dre and Eminem would put music out as Dr. Dre and Eminem. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I just think that that's a good way to do it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and I think that goes back to the fact that everybody is actually a musician thing. Because, like, if you think about it, back in the day, you know, you look at the album, they would have, okay, the pianist was this person, the bassist was this person, and the drummer was this person, and it was, like, the unit. And even when people, like, you listen to, like, older, like, musicians that were in, like, bands or whatever, like, oh, yeah, I was playing with this guy and this guy, and I was playing with this person, and it was a lot more personal. But because everything is now, like how we were talking about, like just samples and just like...
The artist is the brand. You know, it's like the cover of the it's like the whole album it's an album by XYZ instead of, you know, that's why I said the album's executive produced by myself and Dazmin, right? So it's like, because we executive produced it together, you know? But most people wouldn't do it that way. They wouldn't put... for me, it's more of a, again, we're doing this as a team. So I just want everybody to feel like they're being represented as a member of the team, because I see myself as the general manager and the coach of the team, and that's not about me. Sure, I'm trying to build music and I'm trying to build something and create, you know, a message for people, but I can't do it without my team. So, you know, I want my team to get the love they deserve, and by having them on the songs like that, which they're on the songs, it's like, it's also different because once streaming started, it's like what you're talking about kind of went away, and they did it all for aesthetic purposes. But it's like just having one artist on the song. It's like now we got secret features, which I'm cool. I think it's cool, but it's like I want, you know, give the people some credit. I want to know who's on the song. I want to be able to like, oh, that piano's crazy. Let me hit the credits. Like I'm that guy. You know what I mean? Like I want to know who made it. Yeah. So
that's awesome. So you say you've been doing music kind of your whole life. So like kind of what got you into it? Like when did you get started?
Yeah, so I started making music when I was in like 7th grade. So like 9, 10 years old or something like that. And I remember one day I was on the way to school and I was listening to Nothing Was the Same by Drake. My favorite album by Drake. And I was just a kid in middle school at the time, and I was like, "This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make music. I'm gonna be Drake." Yeah. And it was actually became like a running joke at school. Like everyone would call me like Junior Drake, because I just was like such a fanboy. I knew all his songs. I'd studied the production like it was my religion, and became really familiar with 40 and all of this stuff. And so I started just messing around on GarageBand. I got myself a little keyboard, a little like cheap $50 mic or whatever, and just started messing around on GarageBand. This was even before like, it was either before Logic and all that stuff, or like they were just being invented. You know what I mean? I remember downloading Logic off of Pirate Bay when I was like 10 years old. You know, and so I self-produced my first like mixtape technically when I was in 7th grade. Put it out on SoundCloud, but it was like not good, right? And I just kept making songs, and then I moved out of my house when I was 16, and I actually went and lived on a ranch for 2-3 years. So I took a break from making music during that time. But then when I was in college, I got back to it, and I just taught myself basically everything off YouTube. And my dad, I grew up in Hollywood. My dad is a music executive, so he's worked with a lot of rock bands, a lot of big comedians, actors, those kind of things. He used to have a record label, right? So he gave me a lot of game, and I grew up in the industry. Like he used to take me to studio sessions when I was a kid of the bands he was managing, and he'd take me to shows and meet all the people. And so I was in that environment as a kid, and it just felt like home, and my dad just kind of helped guide me through the process of like helping. The thing I love most about my dad too, by the way, is he could have just gave me everything. He could have just put me in the studio with someone big and had them produce me up, but that wouldn't have done, I would not have accomplished what I have now, which is an actual team and being able to produce my own music and understand the business in a much deeper way than most artists do, because I grew up in the business. So that's really how I got my start in music, and just fully self-taught myself and just put in the work, put in the hours, put in the time, and keep making the songs, write the melodies. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's how it started for me. And also, like, I want to make a difference in people's life, and I hope that my music can do that.
Is there any memorable shows or experiences that kind of were like a core memory when you were a child?
Yeah, well, there's this one memory in particular, which is it's not I don't know. It's funny that it's the memory that comes to mind, but the band Yellow Card?
Yellow Card
used to be a huge rock band.
I'm not too sure. Maybe I know one of the songs, but
yeah, they used to be a huge rock band, and my dad used to manage them. And I remember one time he took me to the studio, and I mean, this was a rock band, so they're all doing drugs and they're crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, these people are crazy, So we're sitting in the studio, and then the guitarist just starts yelling at my dad, like starts going at my dad, and my dad had to take me home, and they had to call the police and do this whole. It was crazy.
Oh shit!
And the reason I bring that up though is because it was an impactful experience for me, because what it showed me is that the music industry is crazy.
Yeah.
And that you can sell your soul to have a lot of success and money and clout and all this stuff, but what happens, who you are as a character, like who you are and what your character is seen by the people behind the scenes. So like, to the public, Yellow Card is this amazing band that is, whatever, but behind the scenes they're yelling at their manager, and they're getting the police called on them, and they're high all the time, and it's like a wild experience, right? On the contrary, my dad used to be really good friends with a guy named Stephen Strange, who was a huge manager He managed Eminem, he managed Russ, he managed a lot of different huge people, and he's a really good family friend of my dad's. And he used to take me to his house all the time, and his perspective was much more grounded. He was like, you know, I provide a space for these people to have create kind of like a Rick Rubin type of figure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the reason I bring both of those memories up is because it gave me the yin and the yang to the music industry. It showed me, okay, you can, because everybody told my dad, you're not going to be able to be a manager of rock bands without doing cocaine. And my dad was like, all right, watch, I'll show you. Like, and he did. And you don't have to sell your soul in order to do this. But a lot of people, that's what they believe they have to do. And so that's why our music has gotten especially over-sexualized as well. Because people now need to do more and more and more overtly dramatic things to go viral in order for their music and their career to take off. And I'm just here to say that you don't have to do that. I grew up in Hollywood and it's not worth it. So what I learned the most from being around my dad and having these memories that you're asking me about is that it's a dangerous place. It's much more dangerous than people think. And you have to be very careful about how much value you put into your music in your life. Because if you value your music more than your own life, then your music is going to be the thing that you lose yourself through rather than find yourself through. So that would be what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a beautiful message, because a lot of people do they don't consider what their own morals are, you know what I mean, and don't have a code of conduct, you know, they don't have a code of living.
Yes.
And when you don't have that, this industry is designed to just take that away, or just take advantage of that. Really.
Yes, take advantage.
Take
Exactly.
advantage of that.
Yeah.
So
Exactly. I mean, look at a lot of artists. People don't realize they are carefully curated brands by a label. They're not, you know, like, not, you know, of course there are artists who are not that way. You know what I mean? But like, you know, you get a lot of these artists who are, I mean, you even see with the movie studios now, they want to cast TikTokers. They don't want to cast an actual actor because they care about, oh, this person has a brand and we can use the image in order to sell the product. And I agree, man. I would warn people of taking part in that, because you could have $1 million and be the most lonely and upset person in the entire world.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So,
Daz, let me ask you. So, when did you start producing? What was kind of your initial start into music? Or
well, I started playing piano when I was 4.
Okay.
So I played in the church, organ, and classical music schools. I actually got a scholarship when I was 7 to Cobar Music School. And so I was like doing like little piano competitions and playing in church every Sunday. And then that grew into me going into middle school and like listening to like different hip hop music and R&B and pop and all that, rock, and thinking like, oh, I can play it, so that must mean I can make it. So then I started making beats when I was in middle school. And then when I got into high school, I was in a band called Caramel. And that's when I started doing like songwriting, like composing, like learning how to write like songs with like live bands, and instead of just making beats.
Yeah.
So like I guess I can say I learned and I can do music in all kind of different ways. I also know how to like write music, compose, and read the music too. So
Like read sheet music?
Yeah, like read sheet music. I actually have my own music app called Music Sketch that I'm working on.
Oh yeah.
So it's really cool. It teaches you how to do that, and ditchtheego.
You want to explain it like a little bit more detail what Music Sketch does?
We've actually made a few songs with the app. For example, like Lose Myself to You. We used the entire Music Sketch app, and I didn't play one piano key. I composed all the music, and the app generated the music to be played. and to be able to be MIDI. So instead of like typing out MIDI and doing all that, I was able to compose and have the composition transformed into MIDI to make a beat out of it.
Wow, and you did it all through the Music Sketch app?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, so I did that for a few of our songs. And it may sound like I'm playing, but I'm not playing.
You could go download it right now.
Yes, you can go there. Yes, it's free too, which is super cool. Yes.
Okay, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, so I mean, I could hear it a little bit in the way that you play, that you've just been doing this for a while, that like, and hearing that now that you've had classical and you said you
played in a church.
And in a church. So you grew up playing classical and a church, which is very different. And organ.
Yeah, organ.
So, which is also a completely different instrument.
It's completely different. Yes, what people don't know, like they think, oh, like just piano, but there's piano, synthesizers, and that's like what like you were saying about knowing what you want. When he produced, like when we're producing, he tells me like if he wants the organ or the electric piano or the grand piano. So that's cool, because some people just say, oh, I just want like keys. I'm like, okay, what kind of keys? You know, and then he knows too, like, okay, sub bass or 808, like so that's the cool thing too. So like all these things are different, and we even work with Rhodes Piano too, and we have our own preset coming out with Rhodes Piano.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
That's pretty major.
Yeah,
so like you guys like partnered up with Rhodes?
Yeah, with Rhodes Piano.
Huge.
Shout out to Jamie Bullock for that.
Yeah.
If you check out Recovered and Reborn 11:11 a.m., that's the sound
of
the
our songs.
Yeah, it's the sound of the preset.
Okay.
And then Q Up Arts, as he mentioned, I made the loop kit with them, and it was cool because they had all the different keyboard sounds, from organ to whirly to cav. So like, I made the loop kit with all the different piano sounds.
Yeah. So not only did she make like the loops and stuff, but she partnered with the company that actually made the VSTs that she made the loops with.
Exactly.
So like, that's what's to me is cool about this pack that's unique, right? Because it's like most people will make a pack with like 3/4 splice sounds, but you literally partnered with Rhodes. You literally partnered with Q Up.
Yeah.
Right. You got the keyboard stand from Black Panther, right? You
shout out Black Panther. Yeah.
And these companies that you partnered with, and they actually you actually made the connection with the people who actually made the sounds that you used to create your pack.
Yes, and we went to the NAMM convention.
We go to NAMM all the time.
Yeah, and some of the companies like saw us performing and heard our music and like reached out to us to work with them, and like drums, headphones, and stuff like that. And we perform at the Q Up Arts booth every year, which is really cool. That's one of the sponsors, Douglas Morton. Shout out to Doug. He's the reason a lot of this has happened. I went to NAMM. It was just like out of nowhere, and this is like around when we were first doing shows, but I went to NAMM on the last day and it was like about to close, and I met Doug, the guy of Q Up Arts, and then he saw me play and he was like, oh, I'd like for you to demo. And then I came the next year about ditchtheego. We performed. Doug loved it. And we met Music Sketch, Rhodes. Yeah, we met everybody there because they saw us perform.
I mean, everybody, all the music companies are there.
They're there.
It's a really awesome convention.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And like we see Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
It's super cool. So like,
he's always walking around playing all the instruments.
Yeah.
With 1,000 people following him, but come on, how are you not?
It's crazy. Like you can tell when like
he walked right past us.
He walks right past us, but you can tell when he's coming because you see a bum rush of people.
Yeah. And then like 4 security guards. I'm like,
4 security guards, and they're like pushing people and stuff, and it's like, it's crazy.
Nah, but this is why I really enjoy working with Dazmin, is because she's not a beat maker. She's a producer. She's a composer. Do you know what I mean? And you have so much, like, okay, I spoke about Drake earlier being one of my like big inspirations. Well, one of my favorite things from the moment I was a kid about Drake's music was how much jazz was in it, like the jazz piano vibes. Do you know what I mean? Like, and he'd have these like these like, he'd have these Marvin rooms, those kinds of songs that it's not even a beat. It's just like a jazzy piano with some synth counter melodies and like a basic drum pattern. But like the piano in a lot of, like, in Pound Cake, in Marvin's Room, the keys in Shot for Me,
Look
like,
what you've done.
Look what you've done,
Sample.
right? Like, all of this is that like jazz piano key synth type of kind of vibe to it. You know what I mean? And it gives it that like good nighttime, late night drive to like cold outside kind of energy, which I really, really like, especially when you're making music that you're trying to convey emotion through, which is, I think, what helps Drake do that so much. So that's why I love working with her.
Yeah, everybody always talk about like, the Metro Boomins, the Mustards, but 40 low key one of the might be the
40's
best
hard.
out of that generation. You know what I mean?
40,
Like
40's my favorite. 40's my favorite producer ever.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about those beats. I'm like, damn, like that was some crazy shit.
He's not just making beats. Like that is. Like Headlines is a beat, but it's not a beat. Like that's what I mean. The homie did a drum solo. Like people weren't doing that. Like you know what I mean. So it's just like
that's what I'm saying. Like 40 is a composer. Like the songs that the production of the songs that he's produced, like it's not just that it's crazy. Like it's that it is not a puzzle. It's not puzzle piece. Like it's not perfectly fitting together puzzle pieces. It's very complex, like composition. He's almost like a conductor, like in a way, because it's like he just makes such complex instrumentals.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And then they started the whole reverse thing. You know what I mean? Of reverse. You know what I mean? 40 started that of putting stuff underwater and reversing the loop, and I just thought it was just
so incredible. At the time, it was just so revolutionary.
Those things inspired me to like listening to those songs and hearing the piano and stuff, and I'm like,
yeah,
I can do that.
Yeah.
And then I would want to play it too. 'Cause I'm like, oh, I want to play that. Yeah. And so that's the cool thing about being able to play piano too, because I can listen to songs, and like play the song, and then go make something too, like inspired by it. Yeah.
I mean, that's a talent that not a lot of people have. You know what I mean? Like. Because I can already imagine it takes you like 5 minutes to figure out how to like play the song. Like, oh yeah, we got this real quick.
Yeah, it's cool because I can read, play by ear, watch someone play, so I could like learn it any kind of way if I want to, or even like know the music theory behind it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just very grateful to have connected with Dazmin. Like I said, I started connecting with producers through BeatStars, so you're gonna meet a lot of beat makers, right? But Dazmin and I, we met in a group chat. Like, they had these like, they don't really do it as much, but like in the underground community, they have these like group chats where like everybody will send their posts to like help support each other. Like the post, comment, or retweet, whatever. And so we were just both happened to be in one of those, and it's just how we connected. Like and things took off from there. And like as an artist, I'm grateful to have someone like Dazmin, and a lot of people give Drake a lot of credit, which he deserves it, but like 40 also deserves a lot of credit too, because Drake is not Drake without 40. You know what I mean? So, and I was wise enough, humbly, to recognize that at a young age. So I'd been on the hunt for an executive producer to lock in with, and I had went through a few of them already that didn't work out. So it's cool because Dazmin and I really get it. We have the same vision. We understand the business. We are composers. Everything's original.
Yes.
It's just everything fits very well. So, I love the music we make together.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah,
it's like Shaq and Kobe back in the old
and like we were talking about Dr. Dre and Eminem, like they do the same. Like Dr. Dre helped Eminem to start like producing, because Eminem's like, I want to produce. I want to start producing.
And that's kind of happened with us.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah. And so like
when we first started working together, I was not really producing.
Yeah, and like you said, this is his first album. And then the beats I made probably like maybe two.
Like 2 or 3 of them are not made by me. But
and he just used my loops and made beats with my loops. And that's the other thing too. That's the reason I made the loop kit, is because I want people to use my loops that don't know how to play or would like to learn how to play. And also that can sing or rap, whatever, to get inspired by that.
Yeah.
And build off of that instead of just, like he was saying, get some off BeatStars.
Yeah.
It's
better.
You create your own sound, and get inspired by some and make something new with it, and
Exactly.
you know what I mean, take it to a whole new level.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, man.
So you guys had mentioned some shows like that. You guys had did some shows out in Colorado and in these other places.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys been performing? Because that's a different element to music than
Exactly.
recording.
That's the other
A
thing.
few years, what, like 3-4 years?
Yeah, 3-4 years. And we've done like good venues too, like Whiskey Go Go.
Yeah, we done like all the main venues
Kilby
in LA.
Court in
Yeah.
Utah.
Yeah.
The last show we did was in Vegas. We performed in Vegas.
Yeah, we did like one of those like restaurants with like an outdoor like bar, and like we were like the outdoor music kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was like a little rooftop. It was cool.
Yeah, we did
That's cool.
Viper Room.
Yeah, Viper Room.
Whiskey.
Elsit. We did like all the
We've done
LA.
a lot of the LA.
Yeah,
All
a lot
that's-
of
all
the
those on
LA,
Sunset right
Hollywood,
there, yeah.
We've done all those.
Mhm.
We've taken a break from
We've taken a
doing
break.
performing recently. 'Cause
Yeah.
We've been focused more on like production and trying to do sync placements and
Mhm.
get into that kind of stuff.
Exactly,
that's
yeah.
Songwriting.
More
opportunities.
content too, like
Yeah, content. Like,
doing more content, especially since we have the endorsements and we have the sound and everything. That helps.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is another thing for artists out there too. Is my dad would put it this way. He'd say, "Okay, doing shows used to be the only way you could get discovered as an artist, and that's why you would do a show, because there was no internet; it didn't exist."
Yeah.
But he's like now, not using the internet to try to get discovered and using shows to try to get discovered is like riding from here to Texas in a horse and buggy.
Yeah.
It's like it don't make no sense.
Nah, I don't.
He calls it digital touring. So it's like, and I get it. If you like performing live, by all means do it. But like, it's not the likelihood of you performing live and then that being the way you get discovered is so low. Like you're better off putting your energy into the internet, because you could make a post and reach hundreds of thousands of people in just one post from your bedroom, as opposed to having to pay for a show and then sell tickets, and then it's like this whole process. You know what I mean? So we've taken a break a little bit from doing shows, but like, yeah, we have a lot of experience doing shows. Like at this point, I'm like, okay, we've been through the reps. It's like, now let's get the following up more so that we can. It'll be easy to
Do
sell
bigger
tickets.
shows,
Like, that'll be
yeah.
easy. That would be hard. Yeah, that'll be easy. But it's like, it just, the money's better spent going to the actual promotion, online.
Is it something that you guys enjoy doing though? Do you guys like performing, or do you guys like being in the studio more?
Both.
Both.
I prefer being in the studio personally, but I don't mind performing. Like performing's good. Like I don't get nervous or anything. It's not something that I'm like.
Yeah, you're very confident, bro. I like it. You know what I mean? Like it's a great thing to you need that as an artist.
Yeah. I mean, shows are easy for me. Like
Especially because,
humbling,
like he said, the music we make, we could have backing tracks, but we could also perform.
but that's the other thing.
Well,
Thank you
just
for
me
saying
playing
that.
piano and him doing
we
the
do a lot of that too.
literally.
We don't like everybody does backtracks
That's major.
only. Like we'll do some backtracks, but
Yeah.
like we play stuff live. Like
Yeah.
I'll sing over her piano live. You know what I mean? And I
It's a real performance.
It's a real performance.
And
Yeah.
It's not-
that's another part of the feedback we get too, is like when we do shows, like people will come up to us and be like, "This is amazing! You actually are doing a live show." It's like, yes, like, that's what it's supposed to be, right?
Like, isn't that what live music is? Like, aren't you supposed to play music live? Like,
Yeah. But
it's
I
a
like
lost art,
shows.
I guess.
I like shows. It's cool. It's cool. My like love is that moment in the studio when you're like in the middle of writing a song and you're just in that flow. Like that's my bread and butter. That's what I love the most. But yeah, I mean, shows are cool. It's tiring. Like there's a lot that goes into show. Like doing a show is like mentally, physically, spiritually. It's a very like exhausting thing to do. So it's like. I don't get as exhausted in the studio. You know what I mean?
I feel the same way because, like, when I'm in the studio, I could just, like, play. But then when I'm doing shows, I have to know the song.
Yeah.
And sometimes I hate showing people how good I can, like, how fast I can learn. Because then they'll tell me to learn the song, like, there.
Yeah.
Or, like, they don't, like, and I'm like, but I could do it. But then I'm like, I kind of wish I had time to prepare.
It's like I could do it, but it's not gonna sound as good if you would have told me this a fucking week ago when we were planning this. But
yeah, so
well, it's nice to jam too. Like a lot of times we jam, like we don't really rehearse. Like we just jam. Like we be jamming up there, and she'll just do some freestyle over a song we've already done. Like you know what I mean? But it will work. Like it'll be perfect.
Work.
Yeah. That's another thing. Like as a kid, like I used to go to a lot of Drake concerts, and that's something he's really good at is doing different renditions of his songs. You know what I mean? And he'll like, that's another thing that people don't. It's like they'll just put the backtrack on, they'll follow along like it's you remember when you were a kid and you were learning how to speak and they had the word and then the thing was bouncing on the letter as you go. Like that's how people perform music now. Like they put the music on and they're just like do follow along the line. Like and it's like okay, like it's good for certain hip hop songs. Like if you got a rap song, okay, like rap songs are a bit less performed well live. Do you know what I mean? Because so much of it.
I mean, yes, but like when they do it live, I feel like it's that much better.
No, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Because like, I mean, it's just there's some people that they want the live performance to sound exactly like the record. Yeah. I always like it when they make it different.
Same. The rendition, make a new rendition of it. Yeah.
But like, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I wanted to sound exactly like the record, but then they just play the record. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's not what I meant.
Exactly. I'm like, don't just play the record.
I want you to sound like the record. I don't want you to play the record. I want you to sound like it.
Just play the record. Exactly.
I saw J. Cole live and I really liked. Like, because each song he performed specifically to the crowd and he had a live band. Yeah. And it was like, it was not like just like press play.
Yeah.
Like he press play. Yeah, so it's like artists like him, like, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it adds so much more to the experience of the crowd. Like, just being in the crowd and hearing that and like, because especially if you're familiar with the records, you're gonna notice when it's like they're doing a different transition to a whole bigger outro that's like doing this, this, and this, and it's like, all right, yeah, that's cool. Like, and then they got the choreo or whatever involved, so whatever. But I could imagine how y'all could rock that and how the crowds could react to you guys performing live like that as well, which is not a lot of people are doing that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean a lot of people have to understand too, like, unless you're able to sell your own tickets, you're headlining your own show, people are there to just hear music. Like, they're not necessarily there for you. So, like, if I'm thinking of myself as just a person who's going into the bar that night just to get a drink, hear some good music, talk to some friends, whatever, have a good time, I don't want to hear a dude put on a backtrack. I want to hear like a pianist play piano and a dude actually sing, and like that helps curate the vibe more too.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, yeah. It's cool to be able to do that. I think it'll be really cool when we can start doing some bigger kind of productions. You know what I mean? Because I've got some cool ideas for that. I feel like we've been through we've done a lot of the reps of those smaller venues and a lot of that stuff, which is important to do, by the way. If you're an artist out there, like go perform at an open mic, go schedule a slot, go buy a 30-minute slot, whatever it is, and go ask your friends to come and support and practice being on stage. You know what I mean? Because it's a whole different process than you recording your song in the studio, So I think it's good that we've done that, and we're still doing, we got a little thing tonight we're doing, we're doing things here and there, but mostly our focus is just on pushing the promotion online and really getting the brand out there to as many people as we possibly can.
Well, yeah, I mean, and y'all just dropped the album recently too,
and the music video.
And the music video is out on YouTube right now.
Yeah, we dropped the music video.
For I Can Never Give Up.
Yeah, it's called I Can Never Give Up. Yeah.
Make sure to go check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, 16 songs. Like, I can imagine that was not just like a quick process to complete. I can imagine that.
Well, what's funny too is I actually dropped them 16 weeks in a row. So I did one song a week for 16 weeks in a row.
Yeah, that was the cool thing.
And so it was definitely a grind. Like, and shout out to Russ for giving out the game for free, because this is how a lot of people don't. I'm a Russ fiend. Like once Drake, I kind of moved on from Drake, then I became a Russ guy, right? And something I love about Russ, a lot of people don't know, is the way he actually made it was he dropped a song a week for 2 years. 2 years he dropped a song a week, and then he blew up on SoundCloud, and then all the rest of his catalog blew up as a result. And now he's who we all know. So I got the idea from him to drop a song a week. Now, I'm not doing it for 2 years. That's a bit much, and we're also not in the SoundCloud era anymore, so it's a different landscape. But like, I thought it would be really fun to do it a week at a time. That way it's like, because listen, the reality is, if you're an underground artist and you drop an album, most people ain't gonna listen to the whole project, and it's nothing personal. You know, you shouldn't take it personal. It's just what it is. Like, I'm not gonna do that either. So the smart way, and this was actually some game my dad gave me too. He's like, you should distribute it a song at a time. You're wasting songs. He's like, if you drop 16 in 1 week, now you bury 12 of them, you know what I mean, whatever, in the release. But if you drop every song one at a time, that gives you 4 months of content, weekly content. Yeah. And people can kind of join the journey as it goes, you know, like people can jump on the ship, jump off the ship as they so please, you know. And it's also good for the algorithms, you know. So that's the way we distributed it. And it was tough because I didn't have the whole album done like before I started distributing. Like I had maybe like a quarter of it done, you know. So yeah, I just kind of finish it as it goes. A lot of times I finish the song that dropped that week, the beginning of that week, you know. So
at the end of the beginning of that week.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. So when did the last song come out?
So the last song came out when the whole project came out. Basically, that's why it's the whole project, because it's the last one to come out, which was September 19th. So a week, what did it say, Tuesday? So not last Friday, but the Friday before last Friday. Yeah.
Wow. So this whole summer you were just going crazy, posting every single week.
Yeah, every week, producing and mixing and mastering every week, recording vocals almost every week. I'm super excited to have a break.
Yeah, I mean, well earned.
You deserve it.
So what was your... like, what are some takeaways that you have from that? Because, I mean, that's something that I feel like a lot of people should do. And, I've seen Russ talk about that before. And I've heard some other artists that I work with kind of talk about just dropping consistently like that. But I haven't had a conversation with anyone recently that has really committed to doing that for more than a month. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people quit after 4 weeks of it. You know what I mean? So what are some takeaways after going 4 months of posting every single week?
Yeah, I mean, so here's the way I look at it, right? Like, a lot of artists need to understand that you're not Drake, you're not Beyonce, you're not Jay-Z. So you can't just drop a song once every 2 years and then like think that you're gonna create this movement behind this one song. Like, once in a while, sure, like you get lucky and be Post Malone and post White Iverson, and the next morning everything's crazy, you know, 1 in a million, you know. But what a lot of artists need to understand is it's not how it used to be, especially because of streaming. So like you know, labels would put out a single or they put out an album for an artist once every 2 years or whatever, but you didn't have streaming services, so the culture wasn't conditioned to getting music every week. You know what I mean? Like, so one album of every 2 years was like very, very acceptable. You know what I mean? And people, and also if you have a label, like, they're gonna push that shit. Like, it's gonna be in everybody's face. Like, when Sabrina Carpenter drops an album, I can't get away from it. You know what I mean? Like, so it's gonna be in your face. But if you're an underground artist or just an independent artist or whatever, you don't have a label, you don't got a PR, like whatever it is, I believe that you should think of every song you make, as a piece of equity. So you're basically increasing the amount of shares that your company has every song that you release. And every song is a share. And by doing that, the more music you put out, then the more valuable your catalog becomes. And I got this part from Russ as well. I love the way he describes this. If you were a baseball player, if you hit 3 hits out of 10 pitches, you're a Hall of Famer. But if you only take 10 at bats in a year, you're screwing yourself.
Facts.
So every song you drop is an at bat. And artists out here taking 10 at bats a year and think they're gonna make it, and it's like, dude, no.
Yeah.
You have to have more than 10 at bats. And when you think about it, dude, 16 isn't even that crazy. Like, there's 16 weeks out of how many weeks are in a year? I don't know that off the top of my head, but it's like there's a lot of weeks in a year.
52 weeks in a year.
Okay, so that's only 16 of those weeks. That's not that many.
It's not even
like,
a quarter of it.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
Is it? No, it is a quarter.
No, it's a quarter, but it's like, it's relative to the whole year. It's not even that crazy. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I mean,
that's how I think.
It's not
you know
that
what I mean?
crazy, but then at the same time, like making 16 songs
Yeah.
is not. It's easier said than done. So I don't think you should downplay that at all, bro. Because
Nah, you're right.
it is an accomplishment, and it is not easy to do. You know.
Yeah. No.
And,
Yeah.
And
I guess
there's
I didn't
people
mean to
that
say
get writer's
yeah.
block, and they
Yeah.
can't even write up one song
Yeah,
in like fucking 5 months. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
damn, bro.
Mixing,
Yeah.
like doing everything.
Yeah, bro.
himself.
Like,
And
Yeah.
distributing, like
Yeah.
some people
Yeah.
don't even distribute their own. Like they have someone else doing, like their managers or something. He
Yeah.
manages this. He does everything himself.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
bro,
Yeah,
it's-
it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. I guess what I was saying is that the way I look at it is it's like I look at the landscape and I think of it in a year. You know, if I think
Yeah.
of my every year, what do I want to do business wise? It's like I can't put out 10 products.
Yeah.
Like that's what a song to me is a product. You know, so putting out 10 products in the streaming age, it doesn't make any sense. Like you look at the streamers, they're streaming 24/7.
No, I mean,
You know what I mean?
yeah, on that, I get what you're saying on
So
that
that's how
side.
I see it, you know what I
because
mean?
it is like, yeah, you do have to, like, yeah, if you're an artist and you're not writing at least one song a week, you don't want it that bad. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
definitely have to be on it like you want it, but
Yeah, you got to be on
it's
it.
easier said than done.
No, it's way easier said. Well, and then this is the other thing is most artists they're not able to do it because they don't produce, they don't mix, they don't
Exactly.
engineer, they don't have a studio, they don't. So it's like forget about doing it. Just think about even being able to do it. Like have
Yeah.
the skill set. Like I call it the musical infinity gauntlet because it's like you can write, I can produce, I can vocalize, I can mix, I can engineer, I can do it all.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, and I get that from Russ, you know, it's like Russ is one of the people who's done that. He does it all on his own. It's like then you're able to actually have the output that's required of you as a brand at this point without a label, without PR and all that stuff to create momentum and make shit shake. Because otherwise, you know, you drop a song here, you drop a song there, it's like whatever. But you also don't know, like the audience doesn't know what they want until they get it. So that's another thing I like about Russ. He drop a rap song, they'll do an R&B song, then he'll do, you know what I mean? Like he'll do different vibes because he knows that people are going to want different. Like one fan might like his R&B more, one fan might like his rap more. You keep everybody fed and you'll be surprised by which songs people gravitate to the most, you know? So yeah, and I'm going to keep on doing this. Is going to be my new structure, you know, like next year when we do another album, like we're going to do it the same structure, song a week, push, probably start increasing, like trying to do videos for like every other song or something like that. You know what I mean? That's to me the best way to do it. Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, props to you for doing that, or
Yeah.
to both of you guys for really getting
Yeah.
that done.
Yeah.
The whole
Thank
team.
you.
All right, I want to get into this section that we always do in the podcast. It's the URG quick fire rapid questions part of the show.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you a couple questions, and then I just want to hear both of y'all answers. All right.
Okay.
So if you could describe the project, the end of the beginning, as a type of weather, what type of weather would the project be?
Weather.
I would
Like
say a
that.
tornado.
A tornado?
Ooh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm like in a totally opposite about. I would say like a morning sunrise type vibe.
Ooh, a tornado in the morning.
A tornado in the morning. That
because
sounds dangerous.
The intro track sounds like it's giving like a big, like it's a explosion.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
so explosive.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then each song hits different. And like it's different. So like the tornado could go big, and then could go small.
I see- okay, I
They
see
could
that,
go
yeah.
big, they could go small.
I see
So
that.
It's like a tornado, but you kind of watching it from the
I'm
distance.
a tornado in a
'cause
good
you're
way.
safe.
Yeah. So like,
You're safe.
yeah, about how the massive amount of songs and
Yeah.
the variety of them. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sun. What did you call it? A morning sunrise tornado?
Ooh,
That's
I like that.
hilarious.
I think he said that too, because in Never Could Give Up. I think you have a line about the sunrise. Like, what the sun-
Yeah.
He
Well,
actually has a line about the sunrise.
Yeah. Rise and shine.
All right, let's see. The next question. What's the first thing that you guys do when you wake up? We do each one individually.
Me?
I listen to my daily devotional, so I listen and read my scriptures every day by Dr. Stanley, and I have to do that every day to make myself feel confident and know that God had got me and I got myself.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what I do every single morning right when I wake up.
Oh man. Yeah, you got a better habit than a lot of people.
Before I look I don't look at messages. I don't do anything. Like, I go straight to my email to look for that daily devotional. Yeah.
Nice.
Kudos to you. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's really awesome. I can't say I do that. So for me, it's usually, I like to get up. I like to go for a little walk. I always take a morning shower to wake me up. Get some good food in me, a good healthy breakfast, some fruit usually, and usually put on a podcast or listen to some music, get my day going, and yeah, that's usually how I get my day going. And do vocal exercises.
And then if there's a Laker game early, he will watch the Laker game.
Oh yeah, well I'm always watching Laker game. And even if I miss it, I have it recorded so I can watch it later.
Watch the recap. Watch the highlights of it and watch the recap.
I'm just excited right now about MLB. That's where it's the postseason. Go Dodgers.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Baseball, yeah.
Yeah. So it started. The first playoff game is actually today, the day we're recording this Tuesday. So hopefully they
get
can
the
keep
dub.
going.
Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
All right. The next question is, if you were stuck on an island and could only listen to 3 albums, what albums would you take?
This one's easy for me. So you want me to go first? This one's easy because I have like a top 5 album list that I've already like constantly have in my head.
I already know that Nothing Was the Same gotta be on there.
That's one of them. Yeah. Nothing Was the Same is one of them for sure. Santiago by Russ.
Nice.
Would be one of the other ones, and then the third one would be I'm picking between 2 right now. The third one would be After Hours by The Weeknd.
The Weeknd?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. You could set a vibe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could turn up.
Yeah.
You got a good variety right there.
Yeah. Two Toronto artists too.
Yeah.
I'm going full old school here. I'm gonna do "Me Against the World" by Tupac. I love Tupac.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Classic.
And then "I'm Your Baby Tonight," Whitney Houston.
Oh yeah. Classic.
And then what was the last one I had it in my head? "One in a Million," Aaliyah. So I would go.
Damn, those are
like,
classics.
Yeah, so
classics.
Yeah, you'd be vibing on your island for sure.
yeah, I know I would be vibing, and I would hear
Yeah,
a lot
for
of
real.
emotional and motivated music too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful.
That's a good question.
Yeah,
Like
thank
that.
you. Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, shoot. I appreciate you guys a lot.
Yeah,
it was a
man.
great conversation.
Yeah, we
a lot
appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you, dog.
Yeah.
It's a a great way to start my week, start the day, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get everything going. A lot of motivational things that we got to talk about.
Yes.
A lot of
Most
game
definitely.
like we was talking
Yes,
about.
a lot of game.
And
lot of game.
yeah, make sure you go check out the project. And
Yes.
yeah, if y'all want to shout yourselves out, let them know where they can find you at, and let them know.
You already know what's going on, Queen of the Keys. You can find me on Instagram at dayumdazmin, Twitter, TikTok, all there. And check out my loop kit, Dazmin's Universe, on the Q Up Arts website. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can find me. I go by the name ditchtheego, DITCH, the ego. You can find me on all streaming platforms, Instagram, X, Twitter, X and Twitter, same thing.
Yep.
Facebook, TikTok, all of the above. YouTube. Really appreciate the support. Appreciate the discussion that you've allowed us to have here today.
Yes.
And yeah, man, appreciate it.
Yes.
Yeah, and if y'all like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you on the next podcast. Peace!